We're gonna go ahead and wait a few minutes for Latchkey to jump on, but I saw some people were already in here, so I wanted to go ahead and get on before so you guys see how. Hey, I'm here. It's me, Eve's Journey. How is everybody doing? I'm super excited for this guest that we're having, Latchkey Gen Xer. It's I've it's like an interview I'm excited for because he's been so successful this year. So I'm really excited to get him on here. Um, Many of you have followed him, I think, through the sugar fasting, sugar diet movement. Um, but he's been doing a lot.
I
Latchkey,
can you hear me?
I hear you. Welcome, yay! How are you doing today?
Doing good. Doing good. How about yourself?
Great, great. So I was telling everyone like you've been on this journey. Uh well, we met through the sugar fasting sugar diet era, but you've been on this journey before then. So I guess let's jump in and just tell us like what even made you want to, did you just start this year? What made you want to even get onto this like weight loss journey of yours? Like give us the spiel.
Well, just like anybody else who's overweight, I wanted to lose some weight for my health so I could be around for my family. All the usual things that most people want to lose weight for.
Yes,
So,
that's awesome.
so yeah, I started out just, doing like fasting routines,
Hmm.
tried a little bit of keto, ran into the sugar diet, decided to give that a go, and here we are. Here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you've been working on your journey to weight loss just this year, or did it start before now, or when did this all get started for you?
Well, it was back during COVID is when I really
Mm.
decided I wanted to lose some weight back in 2020 because I was already overweight before everything went the way it did, and everything started shutting down. Um, but during that first like month and a half to 2 months, I really put on some weight like really fast. I was heading toward 400 pounds fast
Mm.
because I think I was around 360 something at the time.
Okay.
So back then, I did a little keto and I got myself all the way down to 290 doing keto, and
Oh,
then I
okay.
just couldn't. Then I just couldn't move. I went from 260 to 290, and I just got stuck there. I couldn't lose weight to save my life on keto after that.
Okay.
So the weight started going back up. So I kind of just let it go, and in 2022, I went on a weight loss journey big time on Latchkey Gen X. That's when I started this channel.
Okay.
Uh, so it was like intermittent fasting. It was all about intermittent fasting, is what it was about. 16/8, and I did really good with that 16/8 for a while, and then the restriction just got heavier.
Mm.
In order to lose weight, the restriction I just had to put in more effort than a 16/8.
Right. Right.
I went into
Right.
alternate day fast. I had even went into like 48-hour fasts, things like that. Lost 80 pounds, and I just figured once I got to where I was at that point, because I was thinner at that point than I am now. I think I was around 246
Okay.
is what I wound up with in 2022. And I just figured, well, I'm happy where I'm at. Felt happy at the weight I was at.
Hmm.
I can just maintain with all this fasting that I've gotten good at, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I found out that's a lot easier said than done. Because once you let go, it's hard to jump back on that type of fasting protocol. They're hard. They're hard on you.
Hmm. I agree. I did that in the beginning of this year. I did uh the intermittent fasting, and you're right. It seemed like it works. but then it stops working. So then you have to kick it up a notch. So then I went up to like 20 hours, then 24 hours. I had even got to 4 days a week of dry fasting.
Wow.
And I was doing it for a month and I was like, this is miserable. So I get
Yeah.
it. I get it.
Yeah. That's really hard. Really hard.
What
But
made you
yeah, I
pivot?
got huh?
So what made you pivot from that? Like you were like, I'm done with that, or it's just not working, or
No, I had every intention of doing that.
oh,
I
okay.
just had every intention of continuing. Intermittent fasting, alternate day fast. I just never could, get it back going in a rhythm. I couldn't get that rhythm of it going
Oh,
again. Yeah, every time I'd get it going, I'd go eat somewhere, and then I just let it go.
right, right.
But
Yeah, it's tough.
anytime I've ever experienced weight loss, it's always been some kind of fasting routine. It's always been
Mm,
some sort of heavy restriction.
mm, mm, mm.
Uh, I've done the calorie counting thing. There's a lot of people say, "Oh, well, it's just all about calories. Keep up with your calories, and you're good."
Mm-hmm.
Technically, they're right. They're right.
True, true.
And Chris Fabulous is a pro at it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He is a pro at it.
Mm-hmm.
And but it is just it's harder for me to do that. I don't know why. I just can't. I can't stay in a calorie deficit. I just can't eat in the calorie deficit and stay there. I've done it. I've lost the weight, but after a while, it just becomes too restrictive.
Mm. It's
The
not
stresses in your
sustainable.
life.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just not sustainable for long term.
Right, right. It is, but you got to be disciplined all the time, all the time. It's hard. It's really
But
hard.
it's too hard because I think that's why people gain weight back after doing it because they can't sustain it, so they lose the weight, but then it comes back because they can't keep that up.
Right. My
So that's
sister is my sister. She's like that. She's like Chris. She can calorie deficit all year, every month, every day, and she is good at it. And there was a time in her life, just like me, she was overweight. But she's
mm.
never overweight. She's been on my channel a few times. I'll have to bring her on,
Oh, nice.
but she's got that kind of calorie restriction discipline. To
Mhm.
live that life.
Mhm. So when you decided that the calorie restriction wasn't it, because I remember even when you were doing the sugar fasting and sugar diet, you still were kind of doing fasting, weren't you? Like intermittent fasting or something.
I was doing the 16/8, yeah, and
Okay.
all of that worked great together. All of that works fantastic together.
Okay. Okay.
It's like the perfect combination, uh, especially when you throw in some carbonated sodas with some sugar that you can have outside of your
Mhm.
eating window. That get you by
Oh, okay.
until you realize, like I did. This was right when the sugar diet was about to fall apart. I was
Mhm.
falling apart. Nobody was there.
Before that.
I had a wisdom tooth issue. I mean, I've had one for years, because I was a former smoker and I've done the, tobacco between the chickens, gum, all of that stuff, for a long time. So,
Mhm.
my teeth were pretty almost wrecked, before a sugar diet ever came. So
Mhm.
that wisdom tooth, it don't have nothing to do with that. People have tooth trouble no matter what,
True.
whether they got perfect teeth or not.
Mhm.
Uh, both of my sisters had to have theirs removed, and they didn't even have teeth trouble. Yeah,
Yeah, my
but
doctor's
mine,
been saying that too. I need to get it removed.
it started hurting me on when right there when the sugar diet was crashing and everything was falling apart.
Mhm.
It started hurting me, and I went and got antibiotics. And I've been through this maybe two other times with that same wisdom tooth, and every time I go, they're like, "Oh, you need to get it pulled. You need to get it pulled. You need to get these antibiotics." And you need to do the whole cycle, and then you need to come back to us and have it removed. Well, it gets the feeling better.
Yeah, right. The antibiotics, yeah, make you feel better.
And then then like they've told me that before, and then I go another 2 or 3 years with no problems and it not bothering me. So
Okay.
this time, seemed to be kind of the same thing, and I was like, well, that round of antibiotics, it's not hurting anymore. I'm good.
Mhm.
So then, I was doing the low fat. I was trying to, do something, to maintain weight loss, because I couldn't do the sugar diet. I couldn't do
Right.
it. I couldn't do it at the time. So then the tooth quits hurting, and I'm thinking, well, the low fat diet is working, but this is restriction all over again.
Mm.
When I lost that 10 pounds, leaving the sugar diet onto low fat,
Mm.
what I went through was calorie restriction in a big way. I mean, I was doing low fat and I was eating the way I was supposed to. At the time, me and Cole were both invested in that,
Mhm. Mhm.
but it was a lot of restriction, is what it was. That was I could have done the same thing eating McDonald's cheeseburgers, to be honest with you, with that kind of, and still lost weight doing it.
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah.
basically low calorie, is what it was.
You scale sniper.
But and that's another thing too. The scale thing for me, I always and I said it. Back in July when I was doing a walk and talk video, I said, I still sneak a look at that scale every now and then. Who ain't gonna do that?
Yeah, right.
Who
Yeah.
ain't gonna do that? I'd still sneak a look. I wasn't posting it on video. I'm
Mhm.
keeping up with it every day now, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I make a video series now. Just release it all in one video.
Oh, good
Build up.
idea.
Yeah, that's what I did last month. That's what I'm doing this month. Got a scale series that I release at the end of the month.
Cause that's the one you were talking about how you had gained the weight and then you started sniping it back down. That's the video that you're talking about.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I sniped it back down, and I'm doing that now. Good success with the starch solution. So, yeah. So, like I was about to say, I'd go buy some grapes, and I said, well, I'm start eating fruit, and try to get this weight loss rolling like it was doing when I was on the
Mhm.
sugar. I'd eat grapes for a day and a half, and that wisdom tooth would it wouldn't flame all the way up, but I could feel it starting just
Oh.
off of fruit, just off of fruit. No hard hitting sugars, no sodas,
Mhm.
no candy, none of that stuff. Just off of fruit, because they all say just eat fruit and you'll be fine. Well, that's not
Right.
necessarily true either,
Mhm.
because your body runs on that sugar, that glucose.
Right.
But when you're taking in straight fruit sugar, your body doesn't have to process it like it does protein. It can take meat and that's why you see carnivore dieters and low carb dieters. They have diabetic issues as well because their
Mhm.
body's converting that diet into glucose because it's his preferred fuel source to run on.
Right.
But the thing of it is your body has to do something to make that, to make that happen, make that process. And it's the same thing with the starch.
Mm.
So with the sugar, it's going straight to my tooth because the body just lets it pass. It doesn't have to convert anything. It just goes straight into your liver, and then it runs straight through you into your bloodstream, straight into your bones, into your
Mhm.
teeth, everything.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's just too much.
Mhm.
And if we're technically an omnivore species, if we're supposed to eat meat and vegetables and fruit and
Right.
all of this stuff, then basically, if you think what other omnivores do is like bears, they have a cycle where they wake up where they eat nothing but berries and stuff to
Mhm.
lean out. And then when they get ready to go back into hibernation, they eat a lot of meat to bulk up.
Right. Right. That's right.
so, so I think we work in a similar fashion. We are designed to lean out on fruits and vegetables and things like that, and we're designed to bulk up with meat in the diet when needed.
Mhm.
I think we're designed to do all of that,
Mhm.
but we're so intelligent. Sometimes we're too intelligent for our own good.
Yeah.
You're either choosing one way or the other, thinking that it's a magic bullet. When actually you should kind of do a little of both.
Mm.
Okay, so FGF 21. Let's talk about that. That's
Okay.
that's what I think the magic behind the sugar diet was, and I didn't know much about it at the time.
Mm.
But when I was doing low fat and stuff, I had a lot of time to reflect on it, think about
Okay.
it, look into it. So I seen a video from 2 years back. It was by Dr. Greger or Dr. McGregor. He's
Oh
one of the
yeah.
big vegan doctors. He ran that video on FGF 21, and he was saying that, and this is everybody in that chat section was talking about, this was the magic behind the sugar diet or whatever, right?
Mm.
So he said the safest way to go about it would be whole grains and legumes, which is basically a starch solution, like uh,
Oh.
like McDougal
McDougal.
talks.
Mm.
Like McDougal talks about. So I said, well, I'm gonna give that a shot, give that a go, and see if it works in a similar fashion. And it does.
Mm. Okay.
And it does without the tooth pain.
So you, because that's what you've been doing. You've been more plant based now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like. You've been doing the TVP and the lent and I think it was a lentil soup or bean soup you had made, and so you've been doing more of that approach.
Well, at the end of September, I started, messing around with starch only for a few days, and then I'd incorporate some lean animal protein like chicken or turkey, every 3 or 4 days. That's kind of how I done. That's exactly how I done the sugar diet. I'd be craving some protein in 3 or 4 days.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's how what I was doing with the starch. I was like, well, let me try this for 3 or 4 days, and then I'm gonna, eat some kind of lean protein like turkey or chicken or something.
Okay.
So I was doing that, and I was losing weight, and I was having uh, the same feelings, the same effects, just like I was when I was doing the sugar diet. I was like, wow, why didn't I go with starch to begin with? Because I was like, this feels great. This feels wonderful.
Mm.
Because I feel like with the starch, I was getting more protein in through the beans. Through the beans,
Oh,
because you think
okay.
about beans, they got a lot of protein.
Mhm.
Now the thing about the beans and how they relate to FGF 21, because protein, they say protein kicks you out of it, right? It kicks you out
Right.
of FGF 21. Well, that's not true with plant protein. That's only true with animal protein.
Mm. Okay.
So beans, they 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 increase butyric acid in your stomach, and that butyric acid is what contributes to FGF 21 in itself.
Mm. Okay. So
and
it never
I
goes
looked
away. You're saying, like, if you just keep it with the plant based protein, it won't go away.
I looked it up, and TVP actually helps activate FGF 21.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
yeah, so that's a good source right there for spaghetti. Uh,
Mhm. Yeah, chili.
you
I
know,
think you made chili with it. You've done a few different meals with it.
yeah, chili beans, different things like that. Oatmeal is awesome for it. Oatmeal is great
Oh.
for it.
Okay.
Like it's like starch is the ultimate. If you want to do something similar to the sugar diet in a more healthy way,
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
my opinion, and this is just my opinion because I know there's a lot of people that would disagree with my opinion, but in my opinion, that is the way to go
Mm.
because I'm telling you, great grapes, and if I could go back into all fruit to get the
Mhm.
results I was getting, I would do it in a minute. But the thing
Okay.
is, my body that tooth pain tells me every single time, hey, you got to back off of this, or you're gonna be
Mhm.
right back at that dentist.
Mm.
I mean,
Have
it'll
you
tell
tried
you
like
fast.
other fruits? Because I know grapes is pretty sweet, but like, have you tried apples or pears? I mean, some other fruit or just no fruit at all. You're not
Well,
doing no fruit all?
Well, berries is fine.
Oh, okay.
Any kind of berry that you can eat on a ketogenic diet is low in
Oh.
sugar, like blueberries and strawberries.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's so much to get into. It's probably gonna take more than one video, but yeah, yeah, berries is fine. Berries
Oh,
is good. You're good with berries. I can drink berries. Bananas is fine.
okay.
Bananas
Okay.
don't bother me. I can have bananas too.
Yeah,
As
because you
far
made a
as the
smoothie. Smoothie you had posted up.
right, yeah, bananas and blueberries, strawberries, those are great. Those are great. It's
So
the
you've been doing this. How long
harder
have you
hitting
been
stuff
doing
like
this?
pineapple, oranges,
Yeah, those are
that type
those.
of stuff.
Yeah, those are more sweet fruits too. Grapes is more sweet
Uh,
of a fruit. But you've been doing
right.
this for only a month, right? Because your Lean by Halloween challenge, I think, is just started this month, right? Or did it start? No, it started last month. You started last month,
I
right?
started talking crap last month, maybe, but I've really been strict since the fifth. The fifth that
Oh,
we're going into our first full week of October last Sunday on the fifth.
oh,
But
okay.
yeah, I had lost some weight and I was playing around before then. When I done the video, I was really playing with the starch then
Oh, okay.
to see how it all worked. I've been continuing that routine
Now, when you say
from last
starch, you're
Friday.
not talking about bread because I know initially you were okay.
Bread's
So,
fine. Eat all the bread you want.
oh, really? Oh, because I know you was doing Subway trend, and that required a lot of bread, but that also, I guess, had protein meat in it too. So maybe you think the protein, when you add the meat to the sandwiches, maybe if it was just like strictly vegetarian, it would have been better or something.
That's when I was doing just low fat, 90
Oh,
style low fat, leaving the sugar diet. That was God, August last of all. Man, it's hard to keep up with. It's been
August, September, because it went from
yeah.
the sugar fast, the sugar diet, to sugar fasting, and it was like low carb 1990 or low fat 1990s. I think it was just smashed potatoes or smashed carbs or something like that. Then it kind of switched over to like Subways, low fat. It all kind of stayed on low fat though, but then it was like Subway low fat. But I know that you were making various recipes for each level. So I remember you making like the meatball sandwich. You had made like you were doing Subway, but I was like Latchkey gonna come up and do his own stuff because you a chef, so you started making your own like sandwiches and stuff like that. But like, where do you think the weight gain came from? Do you think it was because you was doing the meat with the starch, or do you think like what do you personally think?
I quit restricting. I quit restricting. I was still eating low fat. I just quit restricting. Remember, I told you that first 10 pounds I dropped on low fat was
Mm-hmm.
through straight restriction. All
Mm.
right, so I was still eating low fat, but I was eating a whole hell of a lot of low fat. So that's where the weight gain come from.
Okay.
And the reason I let go and ate like that is because during the sugar diet I could have what I wanted and lose weight. I didn't
Mhm.
have to restrict. I didn't have all that hunger all the time.
Mhm.
So what solves that problem? Starch.
Mm. So you feel like you don't have to restrict on the starch because and does it make you feel full? Because I know I'll eat potatoes if I have potatoes for breakfast, I still feel hungry kind of sooner than later. Do you find that, or what is your experience?
Yeah, you can, but that kind of go as you force yourself to stay on the diet, that kind of goes away and you stay
Oh,
full longer on. And one of the things that are on the starch solution that'll really help last a long time is a good old bowl of oatmeal. Believe it or not.
oh, yeah. See, I've been having oatmeal every morning, and that will keep me good for like 4 hours.
Mm.
It's
I,
really.
I take the zero fat oat milk and I mix that in with that oatmeal.
Mhm. Mhm.
And,
Mhm.
and I use the quick oats too, the easy stuff. The
Yeah.
quick
Yeah.
oats. I just pour that cold oat milk in there and I just stir it up till it gets a little. I don't even heat it up. I like it cold because it's more like a breakfast cereal than to me. And I use
Oh,
that
okay.
and I use that sugar-free Tarani coffee syrup like
Mhm.
I've
Mhm.
made like I used in that pumpkin smoothie.
The latte.
I
Smoothie.
pour a little bit of that sugar-free Tarani's pumpkin syrup in that oatmeal with that oat milk and stir it up. Oh my god, it's good. So good.
Oh, okay. So you have
And
okay. I never had it cold before. Hmm. Okay.
that'll kill that hunger. That'll kill that hunger fast. Well, that's the beautiful thing about the quick oats. You can get away with that. You still got to let it soak a little minute, but you
Mhm.
can still do it that way. I guess you could warm it up too if you'd rather, But
Mhm. Mhm.
one of the guys in my comments, his name's Mark. Um, he told me he eats his oatmeal cold. So when he told me that, I said, "Well, shoot, I'm gonna try it out." Turns out he's
Well,
right. It
I've
was
heard
it
of
was
the
pretty good.
overnight oats. Are you talking about? Cause see, I've you can eat. I don't know if you've heard of the overnight oats, but people they soak it overnight, like how you just said, but then they put it in the fridge and then eat it in the morning. So you're right. They be
Yeah,
eating it cold. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I just do the same thing, sort of with the quick oats.
Okay. Okay.
And
That's a good idea.
At Walmart you can get the quick oats organic quick oats with that is gluten free. You can get that at Walmart. Great value brand.
Ah, yeah, cause I get gluten free oats too. So you've been doing that, and that's a morning. So that's typically your morning. Like, let's hear what your typical day of eating is, because I've been kind of like posting videos about what I eat in a day. So you start off with that oatmeal, and how does the rest of your day pan out?
Well, I don't do that every day. As a
Oh,
matter of fact, I probably most of the time eat lunch and then
oh,
dinner. A lunch and
oh,
a dinner.
okay,
Sometimes if I feel like I eat breakfast, sometimes. But I
okay.
ain't never been no big breakfast person anyway.
Right.
I, I
So
can
you're
usually wake, I can usually wake up and I'm good. I'm good until about 11, 12. Around
right.
dinner time. I'm good.
So
Naturally,
you're
just
doing the
good.
16/8 naturally because you just don't be you're not hungry.
Well, my problem, the reason I gain or I've been overweight is because I like to eat into the night.
Oh.
That's where I have my weight issues because I was one of those people. I got to get full on something before I can go to sleep.
Okay.
So when I started 16/8, my window has always been my favorite 16/8 window has always been from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I think that's the most logical eating time for anyone. And the reason
Mhm.
I think that way is because I had I was raised, by my parents, of course, but I also had grandparents, coming up, and they were strict, eat between this time and this time, and there's a cutoff time where you don't eat or
Mhm.
snack, after dinner.
Right. Mhm.
Them old folks was tough on you like that.
Mhm.
You
Kitchen
talking about that
closed.
silent and greatest just generation. If you didn't eat at supper time, you didn't ask for
Mhm.
anything else. You didn't
Mhm.
ask for anything.
Mhm.
They said, "Well, you should have ate more," is what they would tell you. They wasn't no sympathy on us young kids back then for stuff like that.
Mhm.
And, everybody can, would think of that as child abuse or something these days, but they were right. You didn't eat all
Mhm.
that food up into the night.
Mhm. Yeah, there wasn't no snacks, no pantry. There was no like it was basically kitchen closed. You're not going in the kitchen after a certain time.
Right. You learn to eat supper. That's what they were teaching you. There was a lesson in that. You learn to get you some, whether you was hungry or not, to go ahead and eat
Eat that dinner. Mhm. Mhm.
because it's going to be a while for breakfast time. You know.
Mhm. No,
Plus,
absolutely.
plus I don't know about anybody else, but back then, they'd make us go to bed at least by 9 o'clock as kids.
Mhm. Mhm.
At least by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, sometimes sooner. I feel like 8 o'clock was pretty much the time everything had to wind down.
So if you was eating supper around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, you was going to bed in a couple of hours anyway. So
Yeah. And what's crazy is I do that now though. Like now, my goal is to get into bed by 9 o'clock, sleep by 10. Like that's a personal goal, just because I get up at like 5 every day, between five and 5:30. So I've been focusing on that. And you're right. I usually don't feel hungry until about like today. I didn't even eat until right before we came on. So what was that, like maybe 11:30, 11:45, something like that. It's not hard to not eat. I think. Do you think that has to do with previous fasting, or do you feel like it's the food we're eating? Like we're eating healthier food, so we're getting more nourished. We're not just starving.
I think true weight loss comes from good digestion, is what I think. That's
Mm,
just that's just what I think. Like you give your body, several hours before you go to bed to, get into a digestion process because everything slows down while you're sleeping anyway.
mm-hmm,
But you're still experiencing some kind of digestion through the night because you've already gotten into that process by the time you went to bed. If you've got a cutoff time of around 5 o'clock, and if you can even cut it off even earlier, I've done a little bit of early time restricted feeding, like have a last meal around 2 p.m., 3 p.m., somewhere in
mm-hmm,
there. Give yourself even a few more hours for your body to start moving into digestion.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, the 16/8 works. It works. It works, but you got to be restrictive on those calories still. I mean, it's not a free for all on the calories either.
So that's why you're
So
just
that's
having the 2 meals a day. So that's kind of like your restriction, just 2 meals.
well, mm, when I'm start solution, I'm going past that one. I'm not focusing on that
Oh,
16.
oh,
I
okay,
just
okay.
I kind of do, but if I get to where I'm feeling hungry, I'll eat maybe some rice if I got some, or some beans or something.
Okay.
Good having a good can of beans is always a good thing, because you can always heat that up real easy and eat those.
Mm-hmm.
Some rice, the oatmeal is a good one too. That'll stop the hunger fast. Yeah, and a lot of times, eating that way, eating on a starch solution, you're already in a calorie deficit anyway, and you're not even realizing it because
Okay.
because, because it takes a lot of food. Look at the calories on potatoes. I mean, it's in,
Yeah.
they're insanely they're insanely low.
I
So,
love potatoes. I love sweet
so
potatoes, regular potatoes.
oh yeah, I eat the sweet potatoes too. I love those. But yeah, I've only really, really, really focused on that starch solutions in the past week since last Sunday on the 5th. So
Oh,
this first
okay.
one right here has been the first full week of nothing but starch. And
What? So you was dropping the pounds because you've been dropping pounds all last month. So you weren't doing the starch then. You was just kind of mixing it up, or what? How? Because you dropped
well,
down pretty quickly.
I was doing it, but I was having that animal protein break every 3 days. What I mean
Oh.
by strict starch solution was from this Sunday to the last Sunday to this one. It's all been vegetables, starch, and
Oh.
a little bit of berries, every now and then.
So you fully plant based for an entire week.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Are you gonna do that for the month, or is that just?
Well, I think I can because, like I said, when I was doing just straight fruit,
Mhm.
I would be protein starved in about 3 or 4 days. Remember, you can go back to my videos; they're there.
Mhm.
I'd get hungry for that protein, so I'd go eat something. That
Yeah, the Taco
chicken.
Tuesday.
I'd eat, chicken. There was one time I ate fried chicken livers. I took breaks, and I'd always say, well, I had a break with my wife. People in the comments they get on to me, oh, you shouldn't be taking all that. You take more breaks than anybody I know. I was taking a break every 3 to 4 days, but still
Yeah,
losing
yeah.
weight because basically, just fruit. You're just burning energy all the time, so you're gonna lose weight.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you do a lot of exercise. That's what you get. Like, let's not shy away from that. You literally walk like 10, 15, 20,000 steps a day. Hi, everybody. We're not ignoring y'all. We gonna get to y'all comments and everything soon. But
Yeah,
don't shy away from that. You get a lot of movement.
that's true. That is true. That's also a big part of it. That's a big part of it. And I do a lot of that walking in the evening. You
Mm,
know, before I go to bed or before the sun goes down. I do a lot of that walking in the evening. To try to speed up the digestive process. But yeah, I'm telling you, even when I was gaining the 30 pounds, I was still doing all the walking. I was still doing the lifting, but I was
mm,
still gaining weight. I don't know what it is about that animal protein. There's the vegans are onto something with it. I don't know what it is.
mm.
I don't know if it works that way for everybody. Like I say, we're all different blood types, you know.
Exactly.
But but I'm telling you, for me, when I have it, it's like weight loss slows down, or I have to restrict harder to get it to occur while I'm eating animal.
Mm.
I don't know why.
Well, it's true. Interesting enough, my the coach I'm working with now has even said protein is not a huge deal. You don't have to have meat or protein with every meal or even every day. Because it's like you said, that's more for recomposition. People eat like protein when they're recomping their body. When it comes to weight loss, it's not really a necessity. I mean, not saying not to have any at all, but it's not necessary to have it at every single meal.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
And I have learned that, so that's why I'm good with my breakfast, my oatmeal. Like you said, I haven't had it cold yet, but I think I will try that. But I've just been having my oatmeal first thing in the morning, and then lunch I usually have. I think I have my protein more so in the afternoon, and then in the evening I can close it out with vegetables, with a sweet potato and some fruit. Like I can close the day out with that, and be just
Yeah,
fine.
I've been watching all your short posts, seeing your little bit of food clips and your weight loss. And congratulations on all the success you had on that scale lately too.
Thank you. I actually hit a new low today. I'm out of the 360s. I'm very excited. I
Oh
started this
shit! I didn't see
journey.
that one. Oh,
I haven't posted it yet. I haven't posted it, but I started it January 20th at 431 pounds. And my goal was to drop 100 pounds in a year. So by January 20th, 26, I want to be down 100 pounds. And I'm like 28, 27 pounds away from that goal.
wow, that is fantastic. Look at you
Thank
go.
you. Thank you.
Wow.
That's I'm like, I'm trying to be like Latchkey. I need to snipe this scale.
Well, I think you're getting the hang of it then.
Yeah, but like you said, the protein, I'll have protein, but I don't have to have a whole bunch. I don't like for breakfast. I don't need it for. I mean, and my heaviest meal is at lunch because I still have
Yeah,
time to burn it and walk around and. So
you're
it's
killing. I can
worth it.
even see the difference in your face. I've been able to tell for a little while now. You're
Thank
doing
you.
great. You're doing great. You're doing what
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Thank you. You too. That's what I'm saying. Cause you lost like 50 pounds in 2 months. Didn't you? 50, 60 pounds in like 2 months.
Well, I started out at 330 something at the
Oh,
beginning of the year. I started
okay.
out at 330 something. I've got it all documented, and my low is 251, which I'm trying to chase that low again.
So
But
you about to be down 100
I'm
pounds
under.
too.
Yeah, I'm at the lower end of the 260s now. I'm trying to get back to that lower end of the 250s by the end of the month. I'm trying to chase my low.
Dang.
But yeah, it's working. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's working, and it's great because you're such an inspiration to so many people. Like I don't think you realize, but with your different recipes and your walking talks and like all of those things are super inspiring to so many people, and it makes people want to continue to keep going because you're so consistent. Like you don't quit, you don't stop. You may adjust things, you may change things up, but you're so dedicated to this journey, and I love that.
Yeah, it's funny. I can look at all this like yeah, you get some mean comments out there too. You know the ones.
Mhm. Mhm.
But it's like this. All of us, even the people making the mean comments, you're gonna have ups and downs in weight, no matter what.
Right.
What you don't do is let somebody give you the end all be all comment like, "Oh, you look like your face is getting puffy. You don't look like you've lost weight." I get those things,
Oh wow. But
and
I can tell you lost weight
I just
because
laugh at
when you
that.
your
I just
shirt,
laugh
your
at that.
face, everything, people can tell in your clothes you lost weight. You can just tell.
I have to do nothing but laugh because those people are just hoping I can say this, and then it's just gonna wreck his entire world. He's gonna go back to the
Mm.
very beginning where he started. It's a long way back up to that 335, and I'm not gonna be there. Not anytime soon, anyway.
Heck no, heck no, heck no. Do you have a goal weight? Like, have you decided what your personal goal weight is?
I'm trying not to assess goals because in 2022, when I lost all that weight before, I said, I'm going to lose 100 pounds this year. That was my big thing. I got to lose 100 pounds this year. I lost 80, and I was happy where I was at that 246. And I felt thinner. I looked thinner. Thank
Mm-hmm.
God I've got it all documented. uh, I just got too comfortable with it. I didn't, and when I got there, I didn't have a plan of a way to continue some kind of eating plan or
Mm-hmm.
an eating diet, to maintain. Because I was thinking, well, I could just maintain with restriction and calorie restriction and fasting the way I was. I can maintain with all of this. Easier said than done. That's all I could say. Then I
Yeah.
got into
Oh
food.
yeah.
I got into food reviews, because I wasn't talking about weight loss anymore. I had to do something with the channel, so I got into food reviews. So I'm like, well,
Mm.
because my whole thing, and I competed again. I was using calorie deficit. I was using intermittent fasting and fasting, eating regular foods. Calories was my main focus, and losing weight. And I was competing against people doing carnivore diets on my channel. It's there. It was called the Rumble. The weight loss Rumble is what we call it. Those videos are on my channel. I was competing against people eating beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and people doing
Mm.
74-hour fasts and stuff like that. We was a group. We was a little group, and you know, uh, I was, and the group didn't start till after I had lost a good bit of weight. So I was still hanging with them. Some weeks I would win, and some weeks I'd be, shy of a pound or, a half a pound, and they'd be ahead of me by a pound in weight loss. We were competing head to head. It was a lot of fun.
That sound like fun. Keeps
Uh,
you motivated.
but when I got to my end of my journey, a lot of them hadn't got to theirs yet. So I kind of stopped, and some of the other group members, they were, kind of, not taking over, but they were, you know, going a different direction with it and stuff. And I don't know. It just, people just, go in different ways sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we all kind of went in different ways, but some of them still pop in to say hi. I love to get it started again with some of them.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, I think that's a great way to um stay motivated. You know, competition is definitely a great motivator.
Now that that was weeks and weeks and weeks they couldn't beat me. I was ahead of them for weeks. Now if we'd all started and I was at my heaviest, at that three something, yeah, I'd have definitely blown them away for a long time. That's
Mhm.
where I learned how to
Mhm.
be such a good scout sniper from
Oh,
doing
okay.
that. I've done that
Okay.
same thing then. I was doing that same thing then that I was doing during the sugar diet scale sniping phase.
So, are you planning on sticking with the starch solution just for this month, or do you see yourself doing it long term?
Well, I see myself doing it for a while.
Okay.
For a while. Uh, the thing of it is like I said, I would be starved out for the animal protein on the sugar diet, but
Mhm.
with the starch solution, and you've got those beans in there, and those beans
Mhm.
have their own protein. You eat this is something that's a little bit of a controversial topic amongst the vegan community because it's like some of them are saying that beans are a complete protein on their own, rice is a complete protein on its own, but
Oh, I think you're
if
supposed
you
to
look at what
combine it,
Google
right?
says, if you look at what Google says, you got to combine them for a complete
Yeah.
protein.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But they say you don't, and I can tell you this: I can either eat beans and rice together and be fine, or I could eat just beans and be fine. So they
Okay.
might be on something with the beans being
Mhm.
enough. I think it might be enough because I don't feel starved for that animal protein because I got so much protein with the beans. Is what I'm trying to get out.
Mm. You know
So
who else is doing that?
it's like
I
I can
think
run that starch solution a lot longer,
with the
because
beans.
of the beans.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Um, Sweet Trucking's doing that. I think he does it all week long though, and then on the
That
weekend he just
that's
has.
that was one of my motivations for it. Yes, definitely
Oh.
one of my motivations for trying it. He was definitely. I'm glad you said that, or I'd have forgot to mention his name. But yeah, yeah, that was a big motivator for me. Watching him do the potatoes and ketchup, I said, "Shh,
Mhm.
that's all I need to know right there."
Yeah, he
Listen,
did awesome with that. Yeah, he killed that. And then after
and
that,
he
he decided to stay. He said he just stays plant based for the week, and then on the weekend, when he's with his wife, they go out and have dinners or whatever. But during the week,
well, he
he's
said he's
very
going to start
strict.
posting more, and I told him, I said, "Yeah, you need to. We need you now more than ever." Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Hmm.
he's throwing in them beans. He said in one of my comments, he's throwing in them beans.
Yeah, no, that's what he's been doing. He had mentioned it in one of his videos that during the week he's plant based. He has the beans and the starch, or whatever, and he doesn't have any like meat until the weekend. If he does have it, it's on the weekend. And that's a good. I mean, that works. It seemed like it worked for both of y'all.
Well, believe it or not, you hear Cole when he's talking about the low fat out. Well, I don't know if you hear him or not, but I hear him.
I don't hear it.
The low fat. If you take the lean out of it,
Hmm.
you're left with a starch solution.
If you take the lean out of it, but every starch solution is lean though. Even beans are lean
But,
though.
but listen, you got to hear what he's saying. He's always talking about potatoes, oatmeal, berries,
Yeah, yeah.
but then he throws in the lean animal protein.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So if you take the lean
So
out of the
if you take the lean animal protein out of his low fat protocol, then you've got
starch
the
solution.
perfect diet. And he
I
knows it too. He knows it.
Well, honestly, I
He
feel
knows
like
it.
he. This isn't the first time. I mean, I haven't really been following him for quite a bit, but when during the sugar fasting, sugar diet, it was really about low protein at that time.
Yeah,
Protein to the
I
floor.
mean, he still says to have it, every so many days, just like he did with the sugar
Oh,
diet, because
oh,
he's starting to come around to the starch talk.
oh.
He is just now starting to come around to start, which I think is a good thing. Despite what anybody thinks about Cole, he's got connections, right? He's got connections.
Mhm.
The guy's definitely
He's
into
not
the
stupid.
fitness
He's a
community.
businessman for sure.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
God Almighty. He only coached me for a little bit there during the low fat thing. He wasn't coaching me the way he was some of you. And he's a tough ass coach now. I tell you what, he he's a tough coach. I give him
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He's a tough coach. Yeah, yeah. I told
So
him. I
so
said,
you're not
listen.
so are you not coaching but you weren't really coaching with him. You kind of were I think doing coaching calls, but you was doing kind of your own thing though.
Yeah, I was doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get him to help coach me during that low fat thing because it took a lot of restriction for me to even pull off some weight loss, and I just couldn't do it.
Mhm. Mhm.
I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Do
Something
you think
about
it was
that
the
animal
protein?
protein. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
I was
literally,
gonna say it gotta be the protein. It gotta be the
it'll put
protein.
it. It puts me in a stand. Well, I got that allergy of red meat anyway.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's a guy. Let me see if I can find his channel real quick. See, I can look him up.
Mhm.
That's gracious. Yeah, Stony Ridge Farms. He's a farmer in North
The
Carolina.
yogurt.
He does.
Don't he do
He does.
yogurt?
I don't know if he does yogurt or not. Stony Ridge Farms. He's got a cattle farm though. He
Oh,
might do
okay.
yogurt. I'm not sure. I found out about him because he's got this farm, and he's retired. He's trying to run this cattle farm, and he's got the alpha gal syndrome that I got, and he's been talking
Oh.
about it lately. He's got thousands and thousands of subscribers. He said he might have to do away with his entire cattle ranch because he's got the allergy in such a way that he might even be allergic just being around the cattle.
Wow. Oh well, you did say it has different severities though, so that's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. His channel, and he used to be a carnivore dieter too. So, and he's
Oh.
had some people come at him in his comments, because he's got an issue that he has no control over.
Oh
That's how
wow.
crazy some people could be out there, And I feel for that guy. Yeah, he's
Wow,
just
that's
he's
tough. That's his whole business.
Hmm.
Man.
I left him a comment. I said, well, maybe you could look into emu.
Hmm.
Emu is actually a red meat. That you can eat. They eat it in Australia. Emu people do emu
Oh.
farms. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you can buy emu meat at some farmers markets and stuff. At
I
least here
never
in
even
South
heard of
Carolina.
that.
I know.
Emu, is
But
that a
yeah,
bird?
emu is like an ostrich. It's a
Oh,
pretty
okay.
large, a very large bird, but it's smaller than an ostrich.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're from Australia, emu.
Hmm.
But yeah, people eat emu. They've got red meat. Like kind of like cattle. Their meat's red,
I did not know
but it
that.
doesn't contain the alpha gal syndrome. That only happens in mammals. That only happens
Huh.
in mammals. See what the alpha gal is? It is a carbohydrate that only exists in mammalian meat. It doesn't exist in humans. We don't have it. We don't have that alpha gal carbohydrate in our bodies.
Hmm.
So what happens is the tick bites an animal with it, and then they wind up on you, and
Oh.
they pass that into your bloodstream, and your body's natural defense to fight against it is to reject anything that has that
Oh.
alpha gal in it that comes into your body after you've been infected from that tick.
And this is lifelong. Once that, it's like, there's no cure for that.
You Google it, they say there's definitely no cure for it whatsoever. If you Google it, that's what it'll tell you. There's people out there claiming acupuncture gets rid of it, different things like that.
Oh. Huh. Okay.
That's why I'm following this Stony Ridge Farms guy so closely to see if any of that's validated. If he, because he's probably got the cash to help solve some of those issues.
Hmm.
If he can solve them, I can solve them. So I'm following him closely to see what's going on. What's
Yeah,
going
because
on?
I'm sure if he can find a cure instead of getting rid of his business, he'd rather do that.
Yeah. Uh huh. Exactly. But
Wow, that's so.
they're saying there's no cure for it.
Wow, that's so weird. Were you a big red meat eater though, or you, or was
Yeah. Oh
you were?
yeah. Shoot, yeah. Yeah. Hamburgers, hot dogs. That was my life.
Oh, okay. Oh, that
That
sucks.
was my
Oh,
life.
dang. Okay. Oh, wow. Man, that's
Oh,
tough.
I can still eat them, but I suffer great consequences: bloating, rash,
Oh.
breakouts,
Yeah, it's just better off
heartburn.
not to do it. It's probably better off
Yeah.
not to do it.
Yeah.
So, what are your
And
plans for
I'm
the
not
we? Go ahead.
my worst symptom. I've said it. I'll be laying in bed and I'll have a rattle in my chest just come out of nowhere. And when I sleep, it gets as I fall asleep, it gets worse. Sounds like a death rattle. And
Oh.
I was like, God, what is wrong with me? And I was like, I used to smoke and I used to vape and all kind of stuff. I did all this stuff, and I was like, oh, it's just my bad habits catching up with me. Is all I was. That's what I tell myself. So I just deal with it, fall asleep, wake up the next day, go eat some more red meat again, go
Mm.
through it every night. So
Wow.
just going through the fasting in 2022, having days of not eating, I realized I don't have no chest rattle.
Mm.
That's odd. I don't have no chest rattle. So after a while, I got to put it together. Every time you eat hamburgers, this is how you.
Yeah.
So I started just eating, fried chicken sandwich, something healthy, and I wouldn't
But
have the rattle,
yeah, it'd be better
with the
though.
chicken sandwiches and stuff. It's just every time I had the red meat, I'd have death rattle. Is what I'd call it. That's what it sounded like, a
Hmm.
death rattle, and it
Wow,
might
that's
have been a
scary.
death rattle.
Well, yeah, that's scary. I mean, especially if you weren't aware.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's so scary. So there's something in the microwave, Naya. So what are your plans for the holidays? Are you planning to continue working on your weight loss during those times? Because I know, like, you know, November, December is pretty, big times for people, parties and family events. Are you planning on sticking with your solution during these times, or you're gonna kind of like just give it a little break during the holiday and come back in January, or what is your plan?
My plan for Thanksgiving is to, well, let's see. There's so many things I can have. I can have cranberry sauce. I've
Cornbread.
I've recently made a cornbread, so if I can do that, I can make a dressing.
Cornbread. Yep.
I can make
Cornbread
a dress.
dressing.
I can make a dressing. Yes, yes, I can do that. See
Mashed
now you're
potatoes.
making me spill my secrets. That was going to be something I was going to do.
Oh,
Uh,
see, I love cornbread dressing. Mac and cheese. You could even have mac and cheese if you had a little bit of fat or a little bit of dairy. You can have all the
man,
sides. You can have the greens. You can have just have all the sides.
see that's another thing with for the alpha gal dairy is out.
Oh, really? Oh, because of the cows.
Well, not really. A lot of people say they can handle it, handle the dairy, and I can handle it, but
Oh,
it's still one of those things that bloats me. It doesn't give me the death rattle like the pure meat does, but it still affects me with the weight and stuff. I think all meat does after that tick back. To be honest with you, I think this something about all meat affects me. And
especially as
and
far
you
as your
look
weight.
into people's different stories. They got Facebook book groups with these alpha gal people on them. And there's reading their stories. Some of them are similar to mine. Some of them are a lot worse. Some of them are a lot worse. There's another guy on YouTube now. He said it's fume activated with him. He just smells it cooking, and it could send him into anaphylactic shock just by
Oh,
smelling it cooking.
oh, he can't go to none of the cookouts.
Well, he can't even drive by a Burger King. Think about it. Fume
Oh,
activated.
wow, that's tough. Okay, that's a lot. That's I didn't know it could be that severe like that much. That's
Right.
crazy.
I know, right? I'm glad it's not me. I'm glad I don't have it that bad. I have to actually consume it for it to mess me up.
Right, right. Well, that's better than smelling it. Cause my goodness, like I mean, you can smell food cooking from anywhere, a neighbor's house. I mean, like that's crazy.
Right.
I don't want people thinking I'm ignoring him. So, Brick Perspective, we see you. Thank you for being here. Desert
Hey,
Love, Desert Love. Hey,
Desert Rose,
Nancy
one of my
Elizabeth.
rumblers. Desert Rose, one of my rumblers. Hey, Desert.
Oh, hey, Nancy Elizabeth. Hi. She said she did OMAD for years. She tried yesterday and felt awful. See, that's the thing. And then she says, I love the 16/8. It's very doable. I like having a break from eating. I eat 8 a.m., then 11:30 to 12, then 3:30 to 4, then stop. Now that's cool. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what about 8 to 5? That's reasonable. I think that's pretty reasonable.
I do
But
too.
OMAD can make you feel like, I mean, especially it can make you feel horrible, and especially if your blood sugar levels aren't kind of normalized. If you're not eating all day long, you could feel like crap. Like you could. Um, Brick Perspective says I had a broken split tooth a few years back. Damn, they wouldn't give me any painkillers either. Ended up going to ER and they gave me antibiotics. No pain after that until my surgery. So yeah, I guess the antibiotics must be helping people with that tooth pain. She said she's been reading
Mm.
McDougal's book. Have you read McDougal's book, or you just kind of saw his stuff on the internet?
He's all over there. And Chef AJ, I've learned her channel lately. She's got a lot of interviews with McDougal that last
Mm.
a couple of hours long.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
luckily before he died, he's got stuff out everywhere. You can listen to the man himself.
okay, okay. Oh, Brown
Very,
Sugar,
very.
hey. Hmm.
His story is, he had a stroke when he was 18, right?
Oh no, I didn't know. I knew
He
he was a doctor, but I didn't know his whole story.
he had a stroke when he was 18 years old, so he lived his entire life with a weakened left side of the body from that stroke. It weakened his entire left side of his body. That's the side your heart's on.
Hmm.
So he lived after suffering a massive stroke till he was the age of 77,
Oh.
from 18 to 77, and he's the one that created the starch solution. He treated millions of people with it. Well, thousands and thousands of people. He's got a lot of success. Uh, from his starch solution.
So that's still low fat though, right? Isn't Star Solution
Yeah,
still considered low fat? Or
yeah,
okay.
yeah. He
Okay.
he preaches low fat starch solution. Yep, he does. and he preaches low protein. He said you get all the pro. He said you can get all the protein you need through potatoes. That's his big thing. Potatoes. Potatoes is his big
No,
thing.
potatoes are a game changer though, because I literally can eat potatoes every day and just drop weight, like just drop it, just drops.
He said just eating potatoes alone. He said if you don't know where else to start, is what he said. If you don't have any place or any idea where to start, he said just start out eating potatoes.
Hmm,
That's his advice.
I love
I think it's
potatoes.
great advice.
And then I like how you putting your wedges in the air fryer so you can have like some fries, like healthier version of fries. That's a good trick you had. I think that was yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. They that works great. Sometimes the outer shell can be a little tough,
Oh,
but the inside's great. But I got to work that out. I'm gonna try to steam them and then air fry them. See how that works out.
okay.
I'll let everybody know as I go along.
Yeah, tell us, cause it looked like some like back in the day. KFC used to have wedges. It made me think of that.
Well, that
Um,
works. I mean, it's totally eatable wedges. With the ketchup stuff, it's still good. But like the
okay.
KFC wedges, because I'm very familiar with what you're talking about.
I used to love those wedges, the
But
single
they're
wedges.
fried. They're fried in the oil. So
Right,
and
right.
that, so when you air fry a potato, the outside of it is still edible. The inside's moist, just like in a oil cooked potato wedge.
Mm,
But the outside's a little different. That's why I think I'm gonna try to steam them a little while first. Do a little steam, then do some air fry to let them finish
okay.
cooking. Just see how that works out together. Try different
Mhm.
things. Throwing mud at the wall, seeing what sticks.
Oh yeah, please tell us how what works. Brown Sugar said,
Yeah,
"Hi there, nice conversation. Those beans work for sweet trucking also. See, yeah, everybody. I also eat beans and bread. See, yeah, everybody knew sweet trucking was doing that, but and like V8 and stuff. But then after that, he kind of switched it up and started eating like potatoes and beans and stuff like that. And he found it worked. It worked. It worked great for him. Like he did a whole week long of just potatoes, 3 pounds of potatoes or 5 pounds of potatoes or something like that.
yeah, I
The
like
person,
old sweet truck.
huh?
I say, yeah, I love old sweet truck.
Yeah, yeah. Brick said, "Yep, I've been doing hummus, pita, sourdough, grapes, apples, juice, Coke, coffee, refried beans, fat free, corn, cucumbers, tomatoes, etc." Oh, okay. So you've been doing plant based too. And she said, "I have a ton of bread every day, rice here and there, noodles here and there." Brown Sugar says brown sugar and oatmeal, and
Haha.
also cream of wheat with dates or raisins. That's what. Oh, okay. Cream of wheat.
I've
I
never
haven't
tried
had that
cream of
in
wheat.
years. I haven't had that
I'm
in
gonna,
years.
I'm gonna give some a try. Thank
Yeah,
you,
it's
Brown
pretty
Sugar.
good.
I mean, I forgot about cream of wheat. Let me go to the grocery store and get me some cream of wheat. I gotta try that.
Yeah, Rick had mentioned the cream and Rick said put dates and or raisins in the cream of wheat if you want. Tia says how that's how they eat oats in Europe. Oats with milk and maybe fruits like cold cereal. Okay. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Well,
Learn
I can
something
tell
new
you,
today.
it's really good. It's really good. Really good.
Margie says, hey, Margie. Brick says, been having couscous and quinoa here and there as well. Nice with the hummus when I don't feel like pita. Basically, just been making Buddha bowls. Oh, I love those. Those are good. I like couscous and quinoa. Have you been eating that too, or you? Because I know that they have a
I've
little
never
protein in
tried
them.
either one of those. I'm gonna have to
Really?
add that to my list.
Oh, I
I've
love it.
never
It's
tried
really
either.
good. They're both really good actually. And I know the quinoa has some protein as well actually in it. It's a grain, but it's really good. She says Rick,
I,
she coming with all the good stuff. She said I love muesli cereal, muesli. I've never even heard of that.
I've heard of it.
Musli.
I've heard
Hmm.
of it,
Oh really? You heard it? Oh, okay. Never
but
had
I've
that
never
before.
tried it. I've heard of it. I think it's just a particular brand. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. I haven't had it. Well, see, now we're getting a bunch of different ideas. Desert
I
Love
like
says, I'm still in bed by 9. Girl, or if you're a girl, I don't know. But me too. Yeah, that's my bedtime. I've been studying my face and I'm losing it. Awesome, haha. Yeah, that's usually I think where you first see it. Your face starts to slim up. And fortunately, your face doesn't get loose skin. You know, the rest of your body may get a little loose, but your face don't. Or so I've noticed. Oh no. And Chris Fabulous. Hey, Chris. He says, "Look at these slim, good-looking duo." Hey, he just got home. Okay, well, we're happy to have you here. Way to go, Eve. You're crushing it, gal. Thank you, guys. I gained 20 pounds eating chicken. Oh, quit animal protein altogether, and I'm losing again 4 pounds this week. Well, go ahead, Brick. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's body does something different with that protein. She said it messes her up. I mean, it doesn't mess me up, but I noticed that weight loss isn't as speedy as when I don't have a lot of it. I guess I should say that.
Well, that's me. It puts me to a standstill. Remember the sugar diet? I go have a salad, or something. Just even a regular salad, vegetables would put me at a standstill.
Mm.
It's like it's like with the starch, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just not not real familiar with it yet because I just started messing around with it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it seems like if you're doing starch, you want to favor it over more more of the heavier hitting sugary type of foods.
Okay.
And if you're doing the sugary foods, you want to stay away from the starch. I think it kind of works in a
Mm.
reverse way when you're doing mostly starch. I don't know that for sure. I have to, you know, as I go along, I'll find out more
But
as
you
I go
have
along.
fruit, so you're speaking of hard hitting sugar. You're not speaking of fruit because I
I'm,
know you
I'm
eat
speaking of
smoothies and stuff.
I'm speaking of harder hitting fruit sugar like maybe grapes and oranges
Right.
and that. But berries is fine. Berries go great with oatmeal. Berries go great with everything.
Okay.
Berries
Yeah,
are
I
like
love berries.
the ultimate fruit for just like every day. Like even keto. If you're doing keto, you can even eat berries on keto. You know,
You're
like
right.
berries.
You're right. Yeah.
Berries are like the most awesome of all the fruits. As far as that goes.
And they have a lot of antioxidants, and they are an anti-inflammatory food, so it helps with inflammation. All berries. I'm not a fan of raspberries. They get weird too quick for me, but I love blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. And they've actually been pretty sweet still. I've just got some from the store the other day. Um, and you're right. Every diet allows berries. I mean, except carnivore, but every diet, low carb, keto, keto, they all let you have some berries,
Right.
which is good. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And blueberries have that resveratrol, the same trick that I used with the grape. They got that resveratrol in
Hmm. Y'all,
blueberries.
we gonna have to get
Blueberries.
Lasky back on here because he's like a scientist. Y'all think, oh, he's just a chef? No, he's a chef and a scientist because he came here with the FGF 21 info I had no clue about. Let's see. Go ahead.
Maybe I'll come back into the comment section after and leave some links for you to go watch.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great
Down in the
because
comments there.
I had no clue.
You could pin it, and other people go watch them too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do that. She said it's so much easier, but it makes me gain. At the moment, I might cycle back around later on in my weight loss. I think my gut is just messed up. So for now, she's embracing fruit and bread. Moderation is a sweet spot. Okay. 60 grams of protein. So do you monitor, like, are you tracking how much protein you're having or how much starch you're having, or are you just not doing any type of tracking or any of that right now?
I'm I'm not worried about tracking protein. No,
Okay.
I get all the protein I need through the fruit and the bean, especially the beans.
Okay.
But like I said,
Um,
with the beans, it's something about the butyric acid. The butyric acid is what activates the FGF 21.
butyric acid. Are you eating all different types of beans or is it specific ones?
All different types of beans. You
Oh,
name a
okay.
bean. You name a bean that's on the menu.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I got a lot of canned beans and I was thinking about making some chili myself. And I was like,
Remember when I was doing those bean burgers? When I was doing those bean
yeah,
burgers, Okay, I was using those like what Cole. Remember Cole told us about the sugar bomb. I was using those burgers like my sugar bomb, but I was doing it
Oh.
with bean burgers. That's what I was doing. I was combining bean and rice together to make those burgers and bread. Bean, rice, bread, and Bob's Red Mill egg replacer. That was
Mm.
the only ingredients I was using, and you can put whatever spice you want in there. Use whatever bean you want: black beans, red beans, pinto beans, uh,
Okay.
chickpeas, whatever bean. But
Really?
yeah, I would. If I felt hungry, I just eat one or two of those. Oh, yeah. If I was feeling a little hungry, I just eat one or two of those burgers, stave off the hunger, and
And you're right back on
move
track.
on.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Y'all better go follow Latchkey if y'all not following him. Latchkey Gen Xer, y'all better go follow him. Um, Desert Love says he's talking about lean meat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was confused about that, but it's true. If you take the lean meat out, it is the starch solution. Brick says Stony Ridge Farms does cattle and beef with no antibiotics, etc. And it's a bummer to hear that. Cattle, okay. Ostrich, they're delicious. Oh, you've had ostrich before, Brick? Okay. Desert says yogurt too. I think. Yeah, I've seen Stony Ridge yogurt in the stores. That's why it made me ask about the yogurt. Brick perspective. Just go with ostrich. Their feathers are delightful. Eggs are delicious too. Really? Okay. I never had it. I've never had ostrich. Have you had ostrich? Um,
No,
Lasky?
no, I have not. No, I've had some crazy things. Now I've had alligator. Alligator, I can have that.
Oh, okay. I haven't had that either.
Alligator's not great. It's not
Oh,
great. I
okay.
if you get a chance to try it, it's worth the experience. But I wouldn't go out of my way to try to have the experience.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's a no, because I'm like, I think I've heard people eating it like down south or like Florida or whatever, but I never saw it out here.
We got a
That's
lot of alligators in South Carolina, so of course I've had the
oh,
opportunity.
kind of
Not
cheap.
where I live. I live in the upstate. They don't come up this far.
Oh, okay.
But we got a
Um.
whole other problem. We got black bears.
Oh no, do they come into your house? Because I seen some bears are bold. They come into people's houses and all kind of stuff.
Oh, they ain't coming in here. I got deadbolts.
Oh,
Deadbolts and shotguns. They don't want to come in here. They'll
okay.
wind up on the.
Because that's what I saw. I saw bears just kind of opening doors and going in people's swimming pools, and I'm like, what is going on with these bears? Like, my goodness,
Bears.
they pretty bold.
They've had
Bison is
incidents.
in too.
They've had incidents of black bears here that'll, especially up toward the mountains, where the apple trees grow so much, in the fall. They'll lay on the
Hmm.
ground and ferment, and the bears will eat some of the apples and get drunk off of the
Oh
apples.
my! I'd love to see one of
Yeah,
those videos. Oh my goodness. Bison is lean too. Can you have bison? Isn't that considered a mammal? Is that red
it's
meat?
it's a
Oh,
mammal. Yeah, bison's a mammal.
yeah, that's red meat too. Yeah, I wouldn't think you could have that. Gene therapy someday for that.
Basically, I can, as far as animal goes, I can eat anything with fins and feathers,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and I guess
So
scales
wait,
too. If you
fins
consider
and what
reptile,
about pork? Is pork's not a red meat?
pork's a mammal. Yeah, it's definitely not on the.
Oh.
There's another guy that does deer hunting on YouTube. He's got the alpha gal. I can't remember his channel's name, but he swears up and down that venison does not bother him. It's just all the others that bother him.
Huh.
I mean, I don't
Maybe it's
understand that because it all bothers me to some extent. But it does seem like the beef is worse than anything
okay.
else. But I can remember back in 2022, I had went as I was kind of like a proletariat. I was eating just mainly birds. Just chickens and turkey and stuff like that. And it was right before Thanksgiving that year. Uh, Me and Janice, my wife, we went to the Waffle House, and I got a burger that night. And it seemed like that night after that burger, because we went Christmas shopping directly after that.
Hmm.
It felt like I had a pain in my chest, and I could not place it. And I think it might have come from that burger. I
Oh
think it might
my.
have. Yeah, but it was a sharp pain in my chest, and it happened like several times. Like, but I've been checked out. I've had EKGs run and everything else, and people have doctors. They have a hard time tracking that alpha gal. They don't know what it is. So
Mm.
I've been on the treadmill. Had the dye run through my system, and
Mhm.
everything came out fine. Uh,
So you
all
had to
my veins
diagnose
came
yourself.
out fine. Yeah, basically, if it wasn't for dieting, and strict fasting the way I was doing, I'd have never figured it out.
Wow.
I'd have never
Wow.
figured it out.
Wow, that's interesting.
And then there's people carry it, for 10 years or better, and they'll have all the symptoms, and they won't know why they're having these issues they're having. They'll just brush it off and continue. And that's what I did. I think I had it as long way back. I think I contracted it around 2008 is when I think I contracted.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I used to work back then at a warehouse, and we were having a slow day up in that warehouse. So I was working weekend shift. It was just me and one other person working. So on my break, I went out back because there was like a old home site behind the warehouse where I was in. They had an old trash dump. So I took my metal detector out there and I was just messing around. And like 2 days later, I had a tick on my stomach, Lone Star tick on my stomach. And the spot where he was had done swole up and turned red.
Oh.
And I got it off of there. Uh, and it was the female Lone Star tick. You can always tell the female and the male apart. The female will have like a white dot on her back.
Mm.
The male will have like a horseshoe pattern on his back.
Mm.
But it was definitely the female, and it left like a bullseye mark there, and it itched. I mean, it itched me. It seemed like for a year or better before it actually went away.
Oh my goodness. And
But
when you get the when you have do you have to go to the doctor to get a shot or something like when that type of when a tick bites you don't you have to do that? Because don't Lyme
all they can
disease
do
don't they carry Lyme disease too?
is, well, I think that is the deer tick. There's different species of
Oh,
tick that
okay.
carry different things. The Lone
Oh,
Star tick is the one that carries the red meat allergy. I think they can carry what they call Rocky Mountain spotted fever. I think they can
oh,
also carry that.
oh
But
wow.
they also carry that alpha gal thing that causes you to be allergic to red meat.
Mm.
And I've seen some documentaries and read some stuff up on it where they're saying that it's kind of global now that other tick species around the world all of a sudden magically have this ability to make you allergic to red meat.
Maybe they're mating with one another.
I don't know about that.
I mean, well, I'm just
Some
saying if
people,
they all of a sudden is getting it.
some people are saying biogenetically engineered. Some people are saying
Oh,
that.
like them bees they release was by. That's a whole nother conversation. Because they do be making stuff and releasing it into the environment.
Hmm.
Mm,
But
that's
yeah,
scary.
it's starting to become a big problem,
Mm.
especially in the southeast United States. Be glad you live on the west coast away from.
Yeah, that's a blessing. Oh, even Tia said, she said my brother-in-law was diagnosed with that about 15 years ago. But his doctor said you'll go into remission after so many years. He can eat beef now, just not every day. Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Um,
It
didn't
does
know
go
that.
into remission, but if you get rebitten, it comes right back, and it could come back worse.
Oh,
And I'm too stupid to stay out of the woods because that's where all the home sites are where I do my meditating.
oh, okay, okay.
If you see the treasures that I have, you'd know why.
Yeah,
I
you've
have,
been doing that, haven't you? I haven't really seen a video about it, but I know you've been doing that for a while.
hold on a second. Yeah.
Naya, can you put that turkey in a bowl? We're gonna take it over to Rachel's. Thank you.
Oh, wow, this box is dusty. Goodness gracious, I haven't messed around with my meditating stuff in a long time. This is just one box. There's like 10 boxes up there. That's all silver.
What?
Yeah, that's a silver baby rattler. Look at that. Silver baby rattler.
Wow.
I can't find them, but it's got the baby's teeth marks on it somewhere in the rattle
What?
around.
Oh, I see on the side. It's on the
Yeah,
side. That's crazy.
silver baby rattle.
Maya, look on the cabinet.
Oh,
It should be the one with the red top. The bowl with the red top.
yeah,
Okay, I got it.
this ain't even the oldest stuff. That's a
Oh, wow.
that's a standing Liberty quarter. That's
Oh,
what the tail.
wow.
This is American currency, made of silver. Believe it or not, made
What?
of pure silver.
Wow. And you found all of that when you were just going around and metal detecting in different parts of the woods?
Yeah,
Wow.
you can hear the difference in silver and regular change. It's got a
It's
different
heavy.
sound to it.
Yeah, you could tell it's heavy.
That's a half dollar.
Oh,
Got the big
wow.
eagle on it, silver.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's the head side. It's like a, it's called a walking liberty.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah,
What?
I'll show you. This is what your dimes would have looked like before the 1960s. It's called a Mercury dime.
Oh, wow, look at that. Wow, that's interesting.
And the reverse side is kind of similar, but it's different at the same time.
Hmm.
My camera has a hard time focusing. Yeah, I could do a video episode of
You
just showing
should.
all the.
You should. You should. That sounds like a fun hobby, and you coming up on some real artifacts.
Sometimes we get lucky and find
Oh,
these while we're out there. You know what that
wow.
is? Arrowhead.
Yeah, from Native Americans.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. That's cool. You like treasure hunting.
You should see some of the old toys. We find old toy cars made out of zinc alloy metals and stuff, from the
Wow.
20s, 30s, 40s, cat guns, all kinds of stuff. We keep it all.
Wow. Now that is a fun hobby, and it seems like it could be lucrative if you really was into it to be lucrative.
The oldest coin that I found is a King George II. Uh, I don't know the year because the year's been worn off, but it's a King George II from colonial times. It was definitely a 1700s coin. 1700s before
What?
America was even a country.
Right, that probably was money they brought from when they came from Europe to America.
Yeah, that coin came over on a wooden ship.
Yeah, probably. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me see. Okay, so DG says, Latchy, come join us vegetarians and vegans. We love you. Evelyn, you too. I don't know about vegetarian vegan. I don't have nothing against vegetarian vegan. I'm already dairy free for the most part. Unless like yesterday I ended up going to my friend's and she had nachos and I had a little of the cheese and sour cream, but I I, I don't keep dairy in the house and I don't keep gluten in the house just for my I have eczema horribly and it triggers my eczema. But in regards to meat, like I I don't have to eat meat, but I'm not gonna say I would swear it off and just never eat it again. I couldn't. I'm not gonna. I just wouldn't say that. But I don't mind eating fruits and vegetables and beans and stuff. I mean, I don't mind doing that.
I think I could eat plant based most all the time.
Mhm.
Most all the time. I'm like you. I don't think I could swear it off because I think I'd find myself in a situation where I'd be eating
Yeah.
some. But I
Exactly.
would definitely say I can be mostly plant based. I can definitely say that I can definitely do mostly plant based. I could probably
Mhm.
go as long as a year probably on just nothing but plant based. As good as
Mm.
I feel doing it, as good as it makes me feel, I could do it.
Yeah. First half of the year I was plant based. I didn't start eating meat again until May. So like January through May, I was doing the fasting and I was doing plant based like tofu and stuff like that. So it's not bad and it's not hard.
I can actually feel FGF 21 when it's kicked in. I can feel it. It's a feeling.
Huh.
I talked about it on an episode with Mark Bell one day. I sent him a super chat, because he was talking about this was in the summertime. This was in late July, early July, late June when he was having a live. He was talking about feeling cold, after smoothies and different things, and he would stay feeling cold, a lot. So I sent him a super chat and I asked him. I said, "Well, I said, could that? This is before I knew anything about FGF 21. I said, could that cool feel? I said, I feel that also, Mark. I said, I feel it, whether I have a smoothie or not on
Mhm.
the 3 day stretches that I was doing on mostly fruit. I said, could that be the same effect that a cold plunge would have on brown fat? Is what I asked him.
Mm. Mm.
Because people do that cold plunge to
Right.
feel cold, and that cold attacks the brown fat. I
Right.
said, is going low protein does it? They say that the FGF 21, that's what it does. It attacks that brown adipose tissue, the visceral fat. It attacks that
Mhm.
visceral fat, the stuff that you want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
same way a cold plunge works on it.
Okay.
So
And you can feel
he,
that.
he entertained that idea, and he asked one of his experts that came on there, and it was shortly after that I asked that question. That's when that whole thing blew up.
Look at you. Look at you. You starting a trend. Look at you. You
But
started that trend.
I, no, I didn't start it. I mean, it blew up, and people quit talking about the sugar diet so much after that after that conversation. Don't ask
Well,
me
it was
why.
because you were on to something though. You were on to something, and now you figured that it's working for you. Now, what is the feeling that people get? Because like when you
Totally.
how
You
can you
feel
tell?
I, the best way I can explain it is, and right now it's going to be kind of hard for anybody to feel it because it's kind of like on a hot day. You remember when you was a kid, when you was a child on a hot day, no matter how hot it was, if a breeze blew in the air, you could feel it throughout your entire body, and you just kind of relax into that breeze. You remember doing that as a child.
Hmm.
As you get older, the more weight you have on it, you're hot all the time. Hot.
Yes,
You
yes,
never
absolutely.
you never feel that. So when you've got that FGF 21 going on in your body, you can feel that coolness and you can just relax into it. And I was like, God, I
Really?
haven't felt like that since I was a kid.
Oh,
And the more days I could go with that feeling, the more weight I would drop.
really?
Oh yeah, I
Mm.
swear by it. I swear by it. That's why I that's why I tried to find another way to chase it. I
Mm.
found another way to chase it through the starch. I don't have to do it through the sugar. I don't
So
have
you're
to
doing
suffer.
it through the starch now, like you felt it when you was doing the sugar.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, yeah. That's why I'm so happy.
I see it all over your face. You like you done
Uh,
found the cheat code.
well, it was there all the time. Like I say, Dr. Greger had talked about FGF 21 2 years ago. That was way before any of the sugar diet stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
He put out a little short video on it, and he was talking about protein restriction was what activated it. And he said the safest way to go about it would be whole grains and legumes. So
Mm.
that's bread, that's spaghetti, that's rice, that's beans,
Mhm.
beans and the butyrate, like I was talking about, the beans and the butyrate and all of that. He talks about all of that in that video. He
Yeah, I
talks
can't
about
wait
it in
to
both
see it. You said you're
videos.
gonna post it up, so we gonna
I think it's
everybody you gonna post it up.
nutrition.org is the name of his YouTube channel. Yeah, there's a lot of
Okay.
information there. Yeah, I'll post some links. Post some links.
Nutrition.org. Wow, that's
Yeah.
so interesting. The FG21 had did blow up, but it blew up because of the sugar diet. But the thing about it is, it had nothing to do with that. I guess it had to do with just maybe carbohydrates.
Well, the low protein.
Oh,
keeping the
okay.
pro
Low protein. Okay.
the specifically the animal protein.
Okay.
I've,
Okay.
there's something different in the animal protein that disrupts it, stops it completely.
Okay.
The plant protein doesn't have that same effect on it.
Okay. Oh, Chris says, Tom, I want that hat. Awesome, and I want you on my show also or yours.
All
Yeah,
right.
you can get him on your channel. Everybody make sure you guys are subscribed to Latchkey Gen Xer. He has lots of daily recipes and lots of walk and talks with some really good information. Like I said, he can be a chef or a scientist. It just depends on which video you catch him on. But he has lots of information for you guys. Chris says potatoes rule. So yeah, Chris been eating a lot of I know the sweet potatoes and stuff recently as well.
The
And
sweet potatoes, I love them. Red
mhm.
potatoes, hmm
Mhm.
all, all the
Um
potatoes.
I haven't had red potatoes in a while, but they are good. Brick said, indeed, been having potatoes with bell peppers. Ooh, yeah, now that's good. I like those. That's more like a breakfast thing. Bell peppers with the potatoes and onions. Now that sounds real good. Brand new vegan has a good channel. He does healthy, yummy foods. You can get some good recipes. Oh, okay, brand new vegan. Thank you, D. I have them with pico de gallo sometimes. Oh yeah, I had potatoes with pico de gallo too, and they were amazing. Um, Desert Love says my brain needs beef and fats. Um, I'm not against fat though. That's the whole thing. Like, I feel like low fat is 80 grams or less. That's like if you look it up, if you Google it, if you search it up, 80 grams or less is considered low fat a day, not a meal. Now, if you have it in a meal, that's not it. But 80 grams of fat or less in a day is considered to be low fat. So if you happen to have, I mean, eggs or if you're having beef, like I don't know, that's cool, but I don't make it my primary part of my diet. Like my primary part of my diet is whole foods, so whole fruits, whole vegetables, which includes potatoes, um, grains that are gluten free, like rice. I have grits. I don't know if y'all have that, but like those type of things, I will eat.
Yeah,
Um,
I love some grits.
Yeah, grits are good. Look, we got some set air fryer to bake first and then air fry crisp. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that a go.
Brand new vegan has a good wedges recipe. Definitely pre-cook the potatoes in the microwave. Oh, D, okay. Oh, look, we getting all the info now.
Oh wow.
Um, uh, she says, dude, I freaking love cream of wheat. Quinoa has a bit of protein and has a yummy nutty flavor. Yeah, I like quinoa. They have different kinds too. Brick says, when I added vegetables to the fruit protein, I would gain too. So weird. Oh, so you're saying if you had fruit protein and vegetables? I don't know. See, the thing is, I would have, like, when I was doing the sugar fasting, I would have, like, cabbage soup, and I would not drop weight. But then when I would just have the fruit, I would drop the weight. Or if I just had the vegetables, I drop the weight. But now that I've been doing, like, half of my plate is fruit, and the other half is, like, vegetables and a protein or vegetables and a starch, I'm dropping weight.
Nice.
I guess it just depends. It all depends. Everybody's body is different. Like you said, everybody got to figure out what works for their body because protein may work for your body and may not work for mine. So it just kind of you got to just do that data driven decisions. What data means driven decisions means you collect the data on what you eat that makes you drop weight and you stick with that until it until it don't make you drop weight anymore.
Well, what helped me was to start chasing FGF 21. That signal is chasing that is yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get
Just
into
find out
that.
whatever activates that.
Whatever
Do
activates
you
that, he is on it.
you have to Google everything. I've got a little list here. Ginger is good. Let's see, beans,
Mm,
tomatoes, fermented foods like
mm.
pickle, jalapenos, all of that
Quinoa.
stuff.
Quinoa, I
Uh,
mean, sauerkraut, kimchi. I've been buying that a lot
oatmeal,
too.
oatmeal, corn, onions, TVP,
Okay. Oh, he got a list. Y'all better start taking notes. I'm saving his live, so
bread.
y'all better take them notes. She said, "Heck yeah, let's try making some quinoa burgers with beans, etc. sticks together
I
nice. Oh,
I will. Yeah, I will.
um,
I'll get try it. Yeah.
haha, eggs are
That,
huge but so good. I've never even had any egg outside of a chicken egg, so I haven't. Alligators and bears. Yeah, he got all the wildlife over there. Chris said some. He said Chris said some bear soup. Ooh no, I don't know if that was if a bear would be even good. Rick said I was gonna say bio like the freaking mosquitoes. What could go wrong? No, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Brick. That's what I'm saying. What's the Microsoft dude? He put some type. Yeah, I said bees, but it was mosquitoes. These hybrid mosquitoes they made that they put out into the atmosphere. Like I feel like they be modifying stuff. It's not just food no more. Like it's animals and stuff, and then they just kind of put it out into the wild and see what happens. Let me see. OMG, so cute. Any non-scale victories for you guys? Desert Love says non-scale victories, plenty non-scale victories. Like I'm walking every day without pain. I get to do my morning walks every day. Latchkey inspired that because he be walking like I said 20,000 steps. So I'm like, okay, I need to at least get my steps in the morning, which before the day gets crazy. And going outside first thing in the morning when the sun is coming up is a game changer. It helps so many different things like just seeing the sun, being outside. I mean, if you can, because I know the weather is not great everywhere, but that's like really been a game changer for me. So walking more, my clothes are fitting looser. I'm seeing inches drop. I'm seeing weight drop on the scale. I'm seeing my face. I'm seeing that my seatbelt. I can click it now, but now it's looser than before. Like there's so many non-scale victories, and those are the things you look for. I mean, of course, you want to be like, oh, a scale drop, but it's so much more to it than that. I'm in a better mood. Like, it's just so much more. How about you, Latch?
oh yeah, definitely. See, Desert Love comes from a time when I was doing it in 2022 when I was on the road a lot. She can vouch for me. I used to be on the road a lot, so fast food was my life. And that's why I was a calorie counter. It was a different life.
Mm.
About this time last year, my daughter, aged out of school, so that put me at be at home a lot more. I didn't have time to do the walking and stuff that I did. That's something I just started this year. I started that at the beginning of this year, probably around maybe March or so, and just kept a consistency of doing it all the time, no matter what. I started out with 8,000. I couldn't do but 8,000 steps, and I felt like I was dying from them.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
next thing I knew, it was 10,000. Next thing I knew, it was 15, sometimes 20, like it is now. I hit anywhere from 15 to 20,000 a day.
Wow. Wow.
Like
That's what I've
like
been
this
doing
morning,
too. Gradually
morning before I got on
increasing.
this video, I was at 5,000, and now I'm at 9,350. So that was before I even
Wow.
come on the live with you.
Wow. Wow,
So
it's
yeah,
still
all I gotta
early
do is
too.
just go outside and do a little bit, and it'll be 10,000. But I'll be out there for probably about 2 hours walking. So I'll probably wind up with about 15, 17,000 somewhere around there.
Wow. See, yeah, when I first started off, I was not getting because I sit at the desk about 10 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day, easy. And so
Mhm.
I was getting not even sometimes 1,000 steps. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna raise my steps up by 500 every month. And
It
now
makes a
I'm at like 5,000 steps and sometimes more than that a day. And I'm like, wow, that really makes a difference when you gradually increase because your body doesn't get super inflamed because you're doing too much at one time, but your body starts to adjust to it and you get, you start to build up that stamina to do more. I mean, it's been amazing.
there's a YouTuber I used to follow, and she's an intermittent faster, but she's the one that I learned about the walking and the steps and everything from. Her channel's called God, can't even think of it now. 6 Miles to Supper is the name of her
Oh,
channel. 6 Miles to Supper. She's written books that you can buy on Amazon.
mm,
She's been around a while too. She's got a lot of subscribers, but yeah, she does OMAD, 1 meal a day, supper time, 1 meal a day, supper time, and she walks 6 miles every day. That's why her
wow.
channel's called 6 Miles to Supper. She'll walk 6 miles and then go have her OMAD supper.
Wow. I mean, that's
Her
dedication
name
right there. That's
her
dedication
name
right
is
there.
her name is Kayla Cox.
6 miles to Stepper. I'm gonna have to check her out. I mean, I love seeing that. I love that stuff is inspiring to me because I mean, well, I don't know if she was overweight and lost weight or if she just always been a very healthy, fit person. But that kind of
Now
stuff just makes you motivated to keep going.
now she eats whatever she wants. That's what inspired me to do, the intermittent fasting was watching her. But see, I wasn't doing the 6 mile supper part. I wasn't doing that walking part. I was just doing the restricting part.
Mhm. The
But it's
restricting
probably
part.
it probably affects me different than her, just because of the gender. Where she's a female, I'm a male.
Mhm.
And she probably has to put in a little bit harder work for that, you know.
Right. Because females generally have to put in harder work than males just because they have all the hormones. Well, I mean, men
Oh,
have
desert,
hormones, but they're
desert,
not as
desert love,
crazy.
desert love. She can tell you. There's some women that I was competing against that was giving me a run for my money every week. A couple of them.
Mm.
So I know women when they get competitive can really
Make it happen.
really. That's why I like Chris Fabulous's little challenges right now.
Challenges.
That's why I wanted to jump in there, see if I could, force some competition going on in there.
Mhm. Cause we all know you going for the gold, okay? We know you going for the gold. We know you talking about lean by Halloween. We know you was not playing.
I'm coming behind the 8 ball right now. You're ahead of me. If I'd had to guess, you're ahead of me slightly right now.
Maybe
So
just a little bit. I don't care. We both winners because we
we
dropped
got
this
we
weight.
got 3 weeks. We'll see.
Yeah, we got
I
time.
Desert can tell you I can play. When I used to talk about it, I used to always say it's like the tortoise and the hare. I was always the hare. I'm that guy who thinks, oh well, I can go take a break. I'm good. I'm ahead of the game, and then wind up with a turtle beating me. Yeah, that's happened to
Right,
me quite.
right.
That's happened to
That's
me
what I'm
before.
saying. You gotta stay the course. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Cause you know how to snipe the scale, but if you stay sniping it, you gonna win the whole thing. Let me
Um,
see. She says, okay, Brick says, yep, for real, using a combo of McDougal and Kaizen is working for me. So that's what she's talking about. McDougal, you're doing that, but I'm doing the Kaizen method. So my coach Abram Anderson has the Kaizen method, which is just you get 1% better every day. And he has a protocol where you just make sure you have half a plate of fruit, whole fruit, not like fruit you have like whole fruit meaning you wash it and eat it, not fruit you have to cut up and open up and nothing like that. So you basically have a cup of water, 4 to 16 ounces of water, your fruit, and then you eat the rest of your plate, whatever you have on the plate. And she's been doing that. And then like he also has other methods like, with the fermented foods and with the just different methods that are supposed to be helpful for women's hormones because once women can balance their hormones, they can drop that weight. It'll make it easier. So she's been mixing that and then plus mixing what you're doing and it's been working for her like crazy, she said. So that's a good thing. Um Wait, she said, like, what happens to other animals eating these bio-engineered insects? Is banana some crazy disease is coming in the future? Bro, probably. You already know how they get down. Eve, you have been absolutely glowing lately. You look so happy too. It's super visible. Well, thank you. D says try that interval or Japanese walking. Now I've heard about that. You speed walk for 3 minutes, and you slow down for 3 minutes, and you speed walk for 3 minutes, and you slow down. I've heard about that Japanese walking. I haven't tried it yet, but maybe I'll try it in the future. Have you heard of that, Flash you?
all I know is wide open. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Japanese walking. I've heard of it.
yeah, I've looked into it. I've been recommended it.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so yeah, I played around with it in a minute. I don't know if I believe it.
Well, you got a walking pad now, so you could just try it on there. I mean, because I think the timer shows up on there, so you would know when it's 3 minutes to start your 3 minutes. Maybe try it.
I'll have to put a video effort into that to see.
Yeah, that'd be fun to see if it works. Um, Rick said she been seeing ads. Chris said you are both winners. Halloween challenge, baby. Don't forget the new Thanksgiving challenge. Oh, it's on. I know. I know it's on. That's why I'm making sure I ain't messing up. No,
And
ain't
Chris,
no messing
might
up over
go for
here.
the Christmas and New Year's too. I want that was another problem I had in 2022. I let go on the holidays.
Mm,
I let go
mm,
from things because let me tell you, in 22 I roasted two Boston butts here. Barbecued them on the Pit Boss smoker. 10-hour cooks on each one,
mm,
and yeah, I just let myself go, and then I just kind of let myself go throughout the rest of the season into the next year.
mm.
I want to not do that during the holiday season this time. I even planned for it. Then I said, "Well, I'm letting go for the holidays. Y'all can forget it. I'm just going to eat what I want during the holidays. I'm not
Right.
going to do that. This time. I'm gonna try to stay with the diet. I'm gonna try. I think I can make a dressing. I think I can eat some cranberry sauce, some green beans.
Yeah.
Uh,
You even if you had a
what?
little bit of turkey breast, like, see the thing is, I had me and Chris talked about this on our last live, but you don't gotta deprive yourself. But I know people who will have plates after plates after plates after plates of food on these holidays. So if you
I
have
heard that.
to,
You're absolutely right. There's people that this is the South. I know when you're talking about people take a dessert plate home. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. You make a regular plate and you make a plate just for the dessert. Yes,
yeah,
that is how we roll. But
that's
I
what I
think
was like. Yeah.
I can do low fat pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie.
Ooh,
I think I might can swing that.
ooh, ooh.
I bet there's less.
We gonna have a cook off. We gonna have a cook off because now that sounds good. Some sweet potato pie. Oh,
So
that sounds
if I
good.
can have, it ain't for me. It ain't about that turkey that much anyway. It's all about that dress. If I can find a way to have some dressing, I think I'll be good.
You can
So
make that
some
cornbread
dressing and some
dressing and yeah. Nobody cares about
some,
the turkey. Everybody wants the sides anyway. That's what I mean. People usually eat the sides unless the turkey is really good, then they eat the turkey. But
yeah, I might think I'm
yeah,
crazy, but I like to take the dressing and the corn and the cranberry sauce and mix that together. To me, that's good eating.
yeah, that is exactly. That's what I'm saying. And with some greens on the side, yeah, that's on point. See, look,
I,
I think, but see, the thing is, my goal is by January 20th, so I can't afford to mess up because my personal goal is by January 20th. If I decide to fall off, I'm not gonna get to that 100 down by then because I may gain some weight back or I may not drop none. So I'm pretty focused and determined. Like he said, you heard what Life said, Chris. We gonna push this to New Year's. It ain't gonna be New Year, new me. It's gonna be same year, new me.
Same year, continue. We'll be
Right,
continuing next year.
right. It's the same year and we still new, a new me. We gonna keep it going. Next
Yeah,
year,
because
new me.
I'm probably not going to get to my BMI or anything by the end of this year. I don't see that this year, but going into next year, I could see it somewhere along
Mhm.
the way. Going into next year,
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah, for sure. I want the Rumble to come back. The ladies were serious. Desert Love says we were fasting masters. Oh, Desert Love, that competition going. That competition. Chris said yes.
Yeah.
Interval training is pretty amazing. Oh, okay,
Well,
that's what it is.
I tell
Sounds
you
like.
what, Desert Love, get connected with Chris Fabulous. That's right
Mhm.
here in the comment section.
Yeah.
He's doing competitions now for Halloween, Thanksgiving, all
Mhm.
of that stuff. This is the
Christmas. He doing
guy
it all.
you
New
want to
Year's.
connect with. This
Get
is the
Chris
guy you want to
tab.
connect with. And he kind of accepts us all. I know I probably drive him absolutely batshit crazy, but but he loves me anyway.
Yeah, Chris is
And
great.
I love him to death too. He's a good channel. I learn a lot of
Mhm.
things from him.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
soba noodles. Soba noodles. We'll talk
Chris
about that
said,
when I'm on his live.
yeah, the soba noodles. Yeah, he told me about them too. Love you guys. Thank you for spending time with us today. You're
So,
welcome, Brick. Chris said, "Oh, me too. I'm a freaking disaster. Thanksgiving and New Year's. New me. Laugh out loud. 8 pound weight gain is the national average. Not this year, okay? Not this year. Not this year. We're gonna be 1% better. We're not gonna even if you go up 4 pounds, it'd be better than going up to 8. But let's not go up
Yeah,
any. How
yeah,
about
we're gonna be 1% better. We're only going for 7% weight gain this year.
that? Not this. She even Desert Love said, "Not this year, Chris." He said, "That's right. I love pumpkin pie, green bean casserole with French style green beans. Yum. Ooh, that sounds good." They say it's not what you eat between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It is what you eat between Christmas and Thanksgiving. Oh, I like that because I've been eating well between Christmas and Thanksgiving. I've been doing pretty doggone good. Joy for life. I like that approach. But you can literally undo a lot within Thanksgiving through Christmas if you allow yourself. Because I know some people will eat the plates and then have more plates, and then they kind of say, "Oh, well, I'm already kind of, so let me just go out and have this and that." And they go to every party and they go to every, like it's not necessary. Literally, one plate of food is just enough. If you can save half of that, great. But you don't need to take any. And I'm not taking food home from anywhere. I don't. Even yesterday, my friend was like, "Do you want to take some?" Nope. I don't want to take no food home. I have food at home that I can eat. I don't want to take any food home. So, let's just focus on it, guys. Focus on it. We can do it. And now you guys know, get on Chris Fabulous. I think it's Chris Destination at yahoo.com. You can go and enter his challenge. If you guys ever want to connect with me, I'm evejourney at gmail.com. If you want to real talk, Thanksgiving is one day. You heard me, one day. Yes, exactly, Chris. If you want to connect with Latchkey, you can go on Latchkey Gen Xer. That is his YouTube channel. This is a part one series because we're going to come back again and we're going to give you guys updates because we is in a competition, a cooking competition now, a weight loss competition. Okay, we are not playing. Me and Life is gonna do this. Okay, because he almost down 100 pounds too. Okay, he almost down 100 pounds too. So this is to be continued. But we appreciate you guys being here though. Any give us some last minutes motivation. Like what do you want the people to know, or what do you want to say? To the people that are watching.
Starch. Look into the starch, especially if sugar hurts your teeth, bones, muscles, anything like that. Look into the starch. For me, it doesn't hurt my teeth, and it kind of has the same FGF 21 effect. If you're chasing those kind of results, then that is what you need to look for. Yeah,
Yeah.
starch has been great for me. And is it going to work for everybody? I don't know about that, but it's worth a shot. Worth a shot. It certainly works for me.
I love it. You guys hear it here first. We had the man on the show today, you guys. Lasky Gen Xer. Make sure you go follow him up. And we appreciate you guys being here. Please go ahead and look out for our comments because he will be posting a link in the comments that I will pin. So be on the lookout for that. If you guys watching the replay, we appreciate you guys watching. We will be doing a part two because believe you me, we are in it to win it. The both of us. And it's thank you, Lasky, for coming on. I appreciate you too. And everybody, until next time, go ahead. Anything else you want to say? No, that was an awesome live,
That's
Chris.
all I got for this one. So until the next time, you folks have a good one.
Yeah, I love it. Bye.